Damn straight flexing. Woo!
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Pursuit Live. That's right, baby. We are back. We are here, season 5. We are live. Dave, it's nice to see you again, baby.
Let me stretch first. What's up, killers? What's going on? We're back, baby. We're back. Felt good to hear that intro again.
In case you don't know who I am, I'm your producer, Chris. Joining me, as always, is my faithful co-host and creator of Pursuit Live, Mr. Dave Hawkins.
Cheers, everybody. How we doing?
And it feels good to be back. I guess I should start by saying to everybody, our loyal listeners, our followers, our fans, our friends, we missed you. And we're sorry that we weren't around. I don't know what to say. I'm a little choked up by saying this. However,
the divorce between me and Chris got a little ugly. I got the dog, he got the house, he got the Africa points. I mean, it's what we're gonna do.
Well,
But we're back.
I didn't want to go there with it, Dave, but I guess I have to. So listen, I know we kept saying we were going to fire Dave, and Rob and I finally sat down and we did it. And it was the toughest thing that ever happened to me. And after about a month, we realized we made a mistake. So after about 4 months of negotiations with Dave's lawyer, we were able to get him back on the show.
That's right. And we're happy to be here.
But we are here. We are live. We're back in the studio, and it feels great. So, but on a serious note, we do want to tell everybody, listen, we missed you guys. We love doing this. And when we first set out on this journey, we've never tried to become famous. We didn't get into this to get our own TV show or try to be the next great thing in the outdoors. We do this because it's what we love to do. This is a hobby of ours that we enjoy thoroughly. And unfortunately, it's a hobby. It's not our job. And life kind of got in the way. All of us had big changes in our lives, our work life, everything. And it just, during the hunting season, it was a lot. And we couldn't necessarily keep up. And, it was tough because we really kind of let you, the listeners, down. And it sucks. It sucks that it had to happen, but unfortunately it did. However, we're back. We're back now. We're committed to doing this, and I think it's going to be better than ever. We're well rested. We're ready to go, and I really appreciate that nobody went out after we disappeared and was rioting. Everybody kept the peace. There were no protests. I appreciate it. So thank you for keeping the peace on behalf of Dave.
Nah, well said, buddy. I mean, you covered it. Nothing I can add to that. We do this for fun. When I kind of tapped you into this, when we first started doing the Instagram lives together, it was extremely fun, and it still is. But that is the premise of everything behind this show. This is not just a deer hunting show, podcast, whatever term you want to use. To anybody that's been watching us long enough, you guys got a good feel for Chris and myself. I'll say it. It's 18 or older on the show. we don't give a fuck. We're doing this to have fun. And the minute it stopped being fun and it became a little stressful for three of us collectively, which Rob behind the scenes is every bit a part of this team. He isn't on camera as much by choice. He fills in as a team player when we need to, if we need a host. But I'll tell you right now, this show would not be the caliber it is as far as the guests without Rob behind the scenes. And that is 100% true. And big thank you to Rob. Anybody that's interacted with Rob or knows Rob personally, you know the quality man he is, you know the quality family man he is, and what his values are. And it comes through. Every interaction we get with guests are rock solid, and that starts with Rob behind the scenes. So, Rob, I know you're out there. Hopefully, we're getting you on later tonight. So, big shout out to Rob behind the scenes, who I'll tell you right now, he was the spark, the catalyst, whatever term you want to use to get this going again this season. We had no intentions of stopping, but I tell you right now, Rob is losing here right now tonight, and we're back, and we're ready.
There were several threats of violence that compelled Dave and I to do this. But
yeah, that when you got three type A personalities working very tightly together. I've said in the past, because I've shared a booth with this knucklehead, and you want to talk about OCD through the max between the two. Yeah, it doesn't work good in what, 10 by 10 or 10 by 20. I'll promise you that. But we figure it out, and we're honest about it. If you guys haven't watched this before, maybe it's your first time tuning in. Chris and I couldn't be any more different in a lot of ways, but in a lot of ways, we're also similar. That type A personality is where we get along, but it also drives a wedge sometimes. But it's a lot of love. So I enjoy doing it with you, buddy.
Well, I love you too, pal.
Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
Happy Valentine's. I missed you,
right?
Dave.
It's only Friday the 13th. What bunch of fucking knuckleheads would start a show again on Friday? What could go wrong? So
I mean, listen, that's our style. I mean, it's live. This isn't scripted. We don't do nothing. If you're just joining us, there is no script. We make this up as we go along. So Friday the 13th, if stuff goes wrong, you want to
blame it on me.
Hold on. I figured it out, Dave. It's Friday the 13th, and you know what went wrong?
No.
Oh, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon, Dave.
Did I freeze?
As soon as I was about to say,
that's fucking great. See, you can't make this up.
For 4 seasons, we could not get through a show without Dave having technical difficulties of some kind. And I thought because the season 5 grand opening, Friday the 13th, and then there you go. You had to mess it up, but that's okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. While we got a couple minutes here, I do have Instagram up on my phone right now, keeping tabs here. We got Mr. Chad. He got the original OG phone pole Dave autographed Urban Pursuit hat from way back in the day. And he was commenting on Instagram. That's pretty funny. So, Chad, thank you for tuning in again tonight. We got Kill Shot Coffee. I'm not going to go too far into that yet, but definitely a great product. Make sure you guys check them out. Full coffee lineup. And I'll put it this way. It's damn good. More to come with that. Mike Nudo, how was your seasons? Let's touch on that, Chris. I mean, yeah, we hunt. It was not the seasons we drew up, though. And that's full transparency. You want to talk on your season at all?
Well, I went bear hunting. It was windy. It was cold. It was raining. At the end of the day, I shot a bear because I was cold.
That was the nor'easter, right?
Yeah,
that's when we got there.
I went out bear hunting on opening day in New Jersey in the middle of a nor'easter, and one of the first bear that came in, I passed on him at 7:00 in the morning. Made the mistake of coming out after I'd been sitting there for 9 hours in the cold and the wet and the rain and just everything. And I said, "Sorry, buddy, you walked under my stand again."
That's it, man.
You're getting it.
See you. Hey, man, that's meat in the freezer. You had a goal. You got a bear. I know for a fact you were talking about how much you wanted to get a bear on the ground, and he did it.
That was it. And then I spent the rest of the deer season. It was for me, it wasn't that eventful. I saw some deer, explored a couple new places where I'm now hanging stands. But the guys that I hunt with both shot deer. They were able to double down, which was nice. Great. So on the only bow side, we got meat in the freezer. It was a good year.
Good. You know what?
We got an Africa trip coming up. So.
I know what you guys got in the works. You got a lot in the works, and we're going to save that though. But yes, the the Only Bows team has always got something up their sleeve as far as where they want to go hunting.
That's why
I mean,
we're wearing long sleeves. There's a lot up there.
that's it. But, you know, in the effort of full transparency, by every essence of the term, my deer season was an absolute upside down bust, goose egg, tag soup, all rolled into one. I normally get out because I enjoy hunting so much, 40, 50 sits, you know, in a season. I think my final count when I went back and looked was 15 or 16. And I'll be honest, I had a death in the family. My wife, Kate, had a death in the family all in November. Well, on Thanksgiving Day and then early December. So when we talk about we do this show because we enjoy doing it, that's it. We've always done this show to not be so hunting based, whitetail based, tactic based, because I told these guys straight up, I would get bored. With this is an everything outdoors podcast. If you're outside doing it the right way, supporting the outdoor environment, getting the youth involved, whatever it is. But if you guys do it the right way, that's what this show is about and keeping it alive for future generations. So you know what? Between having to obviously taking care of family commitments, and I took a new position with work, which required more out of state travel. Yeah, work, well, family and work come before anything else. As much as I love trying to improve as a bow hunter, I have personal goals that I'm trying to reach, you know, in the hunting aspect of things. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We're not, you touched on it, we're not getting paid for this. This is tertiary, not even secondary. We're just about having fun here. My season sucked. I got next season, you know, God willing. So that's how I look at it. You know, I'll get out into the woods. I'll start pulling some cameras. We still got a lot of snow here on the island, so that's good for cutting tracks, finding beds, hopefully a couple sheds. So, you know, there's still that part of the season, which is just as important. You know, the intel season is just as important as the actual hunting season, if not more important. And you know what? And I've told you this a lot, Chris. When I finally cash in on one of these public land swamp bucks that I'm after, it's going to be damn worth it, buddy. And I don't know who's getting the first phone call. Probably Kate, because she's gone through a lot these past couple of seasons as my therapist. You and Rob are probably tied for second. I'll give you that. But that's what makes it sweet. You know, you put a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of failure in, but each time you fail, it's a great way to learn, and you just keep improving. And that's the mindset I'm having, and I'm already looking forward to next season. And to me, that's what it's all about. I don't care about trophies. I wouldn't have worked with you and Rob if you guys were quote unquote focused on that trophy hunt or trophy hunters. That's not what it's about to me. Didn't get nothing this year. That's part of being a bow hunter, man. And if anybody said, I've said this a lot, if you claim to be a bow hunter and you don't have some horror story, bad night, bad shot, bad hunt, whatever you want to call it, you're either lying or you haven't bow hunted long enough. And I will stand by that as long as I'm hunting, because that's just the truth. What do you think?
I think tertiary is probably the biggest word in your vocabulary.
I can't spell it. I can say it, though. I didn't say I could spell it.
No, but I tell everybody the same thing. If you play this game long enough, something's bound to go wrong. Statistically, you're going to have a bad day. You can't hit grand slams every time you step up to the plate. It is what it is. But that's why it's called hunting and not killing.
That's right. Chad goes, it better be from a climber on a phone pole. I did want to get back to that phone pole and roll it back, and I do want to take something. I
want to say that Dave did buy a saddle and just refuses to use it.
No, I used it once and I cursed every 40 minutes I was in that thing, and then I climbed back down and hunted from the ground of my first hunt of the season. That was my first sit. Was it last season? That was two seasons. It was 2 seasons ago. I ended up hunting on the ground, had a half rack. Who gets a half rack buck on their first sit coming in? Me. And I'm just looking at this thing. Right. I got all my saddle gear on the ground. I'm sitting on like a deadfall, and I'm just sitting here. I'm like, this is great. And all of a sudden, ooh, rack. Ooh, wow, he's coming right at me. He's got one antler on like October 5th. I'm like, good. Here we go. Great start to the season. Keep it moving. So, yes, phone pole Dave. I have a feeling and a lot of ambitions to get back in that. Alex from Buckdown, how you doing, buddy? He tuned in on Instagram. So we do appreciate everybody that's tuning in on Instagram. That is a big component of this show and where you're going to see most of our content for Pursuit Live. However, this live stream program this season, officially this season, we're really trying to help promote the YouTube side of it. So we're going to rely on our listeners, our followers, our friends at this point. Whenever you can, just really tune in from YouTube. We're going to try and keep that link active anytime we can on the story. I'm kind of working more of the social media end as far as the Instagram goes. Chris handles a lot of the StreamYard here because if I start hitting buttons on a laptop, we might as well just call it a night right now. Right, Chris? I'm man. Right on cue. Good man. So what time we got? We got 8-6. So we do have a guest coming on tonight. We're just working with a certain time slot. So
we got a lot of things happening tonight.
We do. We're going in order. We're going in order. What else could we touch on real quick? Why don't you talk about you're affiliated with, well, the company and the organization there on your shirt. I think you want to talk about that a little bit and the position you took.
You mean the Dallas Safari Club?
That one.
So I think we announced this last year, but as everybody knows, I'm on the board of directors for the Dallas Safari Club. I'm an active member of the Northeast chapter, and I really it's been a big experience for me in the fundraising aspect. This year since I joined the board, and we've brought on several new board members. The Northeast chapter alone, we had our best fundraising year so to date, I believe. And the amount of money that we are able to raise goes directly to conservation programs. Like everybody, and I will say, when I first started talking to Dave about DSC, Dave was like, "Wait, I'm not from Dallas. I don't safari hunt.
Safari hunts you going on in Dallas,
and I don't want to be part of a club." And I'm like, "It's not about that. Come on." But no, the Dallas Safari Club, it's a worldwide organization, and the money that we raise goes directly to conservation programs and youth programs, lobbying efforts, and just the reach that DSC has is massive. And there are a lot of people out there that support DSC. We had a blast at the banquet. John and I went. We took Barrett with us. Vito from Silver Lake Tactical came with us with his wife. We're all going on trips now. Vito's going to Africa with his wife. There were guns. There was gear. I want a Kuiu jacket that
it's legit.
Everybody knows I'm a Sitka guy, but I wear this Kuiu jacket like all the time. They made me a believer. But anyway.
Wow.
I said it.
Ooh,
that's
a big deal. For anybody that doesn't know, that's a big deal. This boy has got Sitka pillowcases. That's what I'm saying. He's got a Sitka loofah, and I've seen the loofah. We've all seen the loofah. That's right.
So, but in all seriousness, all the money we raise goes to support the sport, the hobby, the way of life that we all love. And I'm really proud to be a part of this organization. I'm really, grateful for the opportunity to serve on the board. It looks like I'll be serving on the board again for the next term. Nice. And one of the roles that I've taken on is I'm a part of the communications committee. So one of the things that we're doing is a lot of outreach. We're increasing our social media presence. We're increasing our website traffic. As much as everybody hates marketing emails, we do get a lot of good information out to people who should be involved. And we do put out a lot of information for people to know. So I'm just grateful for the opportunity and the continued opportunity with DSC. And to me, it's great because it supports everything that I believe in. And one day maybe we'll get Dave to join.
It's perfect. You never know about that on a side note, but it's a perfect fit for you. I know how excited you were when when you got the nod and everything got accepted, and it's just a perfect fit for you. But definitely, there's a lot of alignment with values. Yeah. I know we joke a lot, and if you've seen any of our open mic shows in the past or the holiday shows, yes, we like to have fun, and we're never going to stop having fun. But we do also take this seriously, and we understand that. Whatever, even though it may be limited now, whatever type of reach we do have, we do try and represent the outdoor community the best we can, and we always have that in the forefront, especially with anything we post. It's so critical. You know, a lot of people, a lot of hunters, a lot of shows talk about this. Hunters are our worst enemies, and I totally agree with that. You know, simple things like harvest pictures, trophy pictures. I'm not saying we got to cater. I'm not going to say that. I happen to have strong beliefs that follow through in a lot of ways, which we don't want to talk about right now. But catering, no. Being aware, sure. Being smart, being proactive before you post something. You know, we all know as deer hunters, there's certain ways you can clean up your harvest to truly represent that animal, respect the animal. That's a big part of it, you know. And if you're a new hunter by any chance and you happen to not really sure what we're talking about, you know, during the off season, shoot Chris a message, me, Rob, whoever you want. You know, that way when you do get that trophy doe, I don't care if it's a trophy doe, you get a mature doe on the ground with a bow, that's a win. However, there's ways where you can clean up that picture so you can share it, and you know you can limit some of that pushback that as hunters we got to be aware of. Not gonna go into too much of that. It's out of the season, but again, just being aware, respecting others' point of views when it comes to hunting. Because yeah, Chris, where you live, I'm sure there's a very strong anti-hunting presence. You know, it's that was good. New York State, I'm on Long Island, so yeah, that's a reality. We're going to come across that, and how we approach those scenarios and how we handle those scenarios. Everybody's got a phone. You know, the minute that encounter goes sideways or negative, yeah, be aware that you don't want to be that person on Facebook or Instagram having a negative altercation with a non-hunter or a homeowner, whatever it may be. Do it right, respect the rules, know the rules, and enjoy your hunt. DEC is your friend. If you're doing nothing wrong, you got nothing to worry about. It's that simple, man. I
Well
a lot
said.
of encounters. I've had a lot of encounters with DEC, and I tell you what, they all end up into like 20 or 30-minute great conversations. You know, duck hunting, we're out on the bay, shooting. Yeah, we're shooting near people's houses, but it's totally legal. And they come up, they check, make sure you got your plugs, make sure you're not shooting, you know, lead. You make sure you got your tags, your hypno, whatever it may be. That's the most time I've had encounters, and they've all been great. All right, guys, enjoy your hunt. Yeah, that's always how it ends. But if you're doing something wrong and you don't know the regs, baiting, you know, maybe it's your first time hunting and you don't know the regs and you got a pile of corn out, yeah, that's on you. You got to know the rules. Simple things like that. As a hunter, that's part of your responsibility of before you go into the woods. I don't know where I was going with that. I went off on a little bit of a tangent there. I don't know why, but I've seen there's certain groups, I guess, that I see a lot of interactions, and it was like, oh, the DEC showed up and they wanted to check my license and check this. Yeah, that's their job, you know. Why? I'd rather them check a little bit. I've never had a DEC officer come in like in the middle of a hunt or right in the last hours of shooting light or something. I had a guy literally wait out until it took me like an hour to walk out, and he's like, "No, it's November. I didn't want to come in and blow up your hunt right at sunset." I'm like, honestly, I appreciate that. Thank you. You know, what do you need? What do you want? What can I give you? It's that simple. Just use your head. But common sense isn't so common, right, Chris? Unfortunately.
No, it's not.
No. I did forget somebody on accident, Mr. Mike Nitre of BD Hunting. He's on Instagram. He gave us a little comment there. So, Mike, appreciate you tuning in, buddy. Mike Nitre, Boondocks Hunting. Check out his Instagram. Check out his podcast. He has been a very, very supportive, owner of another team. They're based out of Jersey. He's grown that team into, I don't even know how many guys got, like 8 guys now, maybe somewhere around there.
He's got a corporation.
Yeah, it's at least an LLC. At minimum, it's an LLC. So he's probably filing taxes on these. He's probably got W-2s for his guys at this point.
Why didn't I think of this? You know why he brought all those guys on? They're tax shelters. I should be claiming you all my taxes.
So, yeah. So without a doubt, Mike Nitre, Boondocks Hunting, BD Hunting on Instagram. Check him out. He's friends. He's our people, so he's a good dude. And we try and interact and share whatever we can with him because he's been very just open ever since the beginning of this, what we wanted to start. So we appreciate that, bud. Do we have any word on our first guest yet? I know we have some people in the lobby.
We do not. She's she's not here yet. She's not in the green room.
Well,
so
let's
I
kick
guess
in
we
the
can
other
change
two.
plans because
Yep.
it's a
That's right.
live, unscripted show, folks.
We'll do it live.
That's it. You write
Bring 'em
it,
in.
and I'll do it live.
Bring them in. Bring them. Fresh
All
meat.
right.
Bring them in.
So we realized that in an effort to bring you the show you all deserve, that if Dave or myself or Rob, if we're not available, we need to think like Mike and have additional tax shelters. Oh, Marissa's here. All right.
Okay.
So change of plans again. We'll get back to tax shelters. But one of the things that we're continuing to do through season 5 is we are sponsoring an archer, and we're going to bring her on. So,
Oh,
Hi guys.
what's up, Marissa? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's been a while.
It has. It's been a minute.
Glad to have you on tonight.
Thanks.
So, I guess I tell you what. If they haven't seen your episode with us, I guess from last season or the season before that, why don't you introduce yourself and honestly give everybody a breakdown of all the different types of shooting you're involved in, some of the tournaments that you've either just done or you have coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Marissa, and I am an archer, but also an archery coach. So I do a little bit of both. And I compete with a bow hunter setup, which is fixed pins. And I also compete on horseback with mounted archery. So I do all kinds of crazy things. So just recently, maybe 2 years ago, I think, I started doing more bigger national shoots, which has been really cool and really fun and exciting. Before then, I had only done local and regional tournaments, which are also fun, definitely. But it's definitely a different level of not just expectation, but a different level of experience that you gain from doing some of these larger shoots, which I have found to be extremely beneficial. Both as a competitive archer and then also as a coach as well, which has been really neat to bring some of my students along to some of those bigger shoots too. So I just recently shot the Lancaster Classic, and today I actually was at the Great American Outdoor Show, which is in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I shot the 3D challenge there, which was a lot of fun.
Nice. How'd you do?
I did pretty good.
Okay.
I'm hoping I get called back for finals on Sunday morning, but I will let you know when I get that phone call.
Nice. Well, either way, I guarantee you did better than me. So I always tip my hat to you because I totally appreciate what goes into obviously archery, hunting, shooting a bow, and I've seen it. I followed you, and I'm always very impressed. And then obviously the horseback aspect. I've been on a couple of mechanical bulls in Nashville. That's about the extent of anything horseback or back related. That's about as far as I'm going to take it for now. So I give you a lot of credit. Yeah, just a little bit, just a touch. What do you got, producer Chris?
Well, so now that we learned a little bit about you, Marissa, I mean, we've committed to another season of supporting you in your archery journey, I guess we could call it archery adventure.
Yeah.
In your pursuit, if you will.
Weak. That was weak. We'll let that go, but that was weak. Yeah. Hey, yep. There you go.
So no, we're happy to be partnering with you again, and we're looking forward to having you on the show again this year. Hopefully, we'll have a lot more to talk about, and I know Rob's been talking about it. You're not that far away. We'll get you up here at the studio. We'll do an actual live show, and I think it'll be a good time.
So should I bring some equipment, some bows for that?
I mean,
yeah. Maybe.
This isn't the headquarters of only rifles.
Yeah. We're no desk pops at only bows headquarters. That doesn't go over well. Yeah, that doesn't go over well. I want to talk more about what do you have a certain I don't even know what the term may be. Like, do you have a certain, not ritual, but do you have a certain routine leading up to a certain event where it's like, you just what do you do to clear your head, get in that zone, get in that rhythm? That way when you step on that line and you come to full draw on that first shot and it's just like, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up because that's something that I have been working a lot on. And it's not, a lot of people say, it's like that moment before you walk in or before you take that first shot, which is true, but really the preparations that have led up to that moment is really what makes that moment key for you. So, for example, if I shoot every day, which I do shoot every day, right? What am I doing mentally to help myself for that first rush of adrenaline that I get just before a tournament starts, right? Just before we start scoring. Or to relate it to hunting, when I see that deer walk into the clearing, right? You'll get that little adrenaline spike. So what am I doing to help myself either feel that ahead of time and respond to it, or create an atmosphere where I don't feel that adrenaline spike hit me as hard? So those are some things I've been working on.
Okay.
Breathing is definitely a huge thing, which
Sure.
is so overlooked. We don't think about the fact that when our breathing changes, it changes, like it can affect our entire body. And the more you hold your breath, the worse it gets. So how do you breathe? And a lot of people do this subconsciously when they shoot, is they'll inhale and then hold. And they don't breathe while they're holding. And I'm just, I've done that as many times as
I'm guilty as all hell with that. Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
learning how to, and I took this out of the training for singers, which is how do you use lower diaphragm to breathe, because that doesn't lift your chest as much, which is what we usually associate with, if I'm breathing, everything's moving and now my pin is moving and now, oh my gosh, now this is worse. And now I really want to stop breathing and hold that so my pin stops moving. But instead using that bottom part of your diaphragm to expand and not let your chest move or your shoulders move as much. So
I never thought of that, and it makes total sense when you say it. That's interesting. Thanks for the free tip.
There you go.
Maybe it's not free. Maybe I get a bill in the mail.
You'll get an invoice. No.
That's fine. I'll expense it. That's fine. All dues paid. No, it makes total sense when you're talking about that diaphragm. Obviously, like, turkey calls, goose. Well, maybe not. Well, yeah, turkey call, but definitely a goose call. It's that very utteral. It comes from the diaphragm, and it's a totally different flow of air, for a lack of a better term. I don't know the science behind it, but when it's coming from down low in that gut, in that diaphragm, it's totally different, and that makes sense to control that pin from moving. I think you actually just touched on something that I have an issue with, is the floating. That never-ending, like, infinity float. Maybe sight picture. What would you tell a student, if you don't mind, in the skinny version, about sight picture? Should you focus on your target? Should you focus on your pin? Is there a difference? I think I know the answer, but I don't want to misspeak.
So the short answer is everyone likes a different sight picture. So I can't pick one that I can tell you like what I like, but that doesn't necessarily mean it will be what you like or what your brain likes. So when I shoot fixed pins, there's no scope on my sight. So for the most part, my target is blurry. There's not really unless it's super close, then maybe it's not. But even like at 20 yards, like I can kind of see where the X is, but I can't see the details of that, where you would be able to see that with even a 4X or something like that, 4, 6, 8X, whatever you're running, you'd be able to see that a lot clearer. Whereas for me, so to me, that doesn't bug me that I can't see. And it's funny, actually, I was doing this in the 3D range today, where you have to kind of triangulate what you're going to shoot at when you can't see your target so clearly. So, I'm using binoculars just to see what part of the 3D target am I going to shoot at? Where is that center? Or if I'm looking for a 14 spot, like where is that 14? And I'm finding parts of the animal to triangulate where exactly I'm going to aim. So doing that with binoculars and then doing that like when I actually see my sight picture is two totally different things.
Okay.
So going from one to the other is, I think, the hardest challenge or it can be the hardest challenge for a lot of people who don't run any sort of magnification, because you can't see what you're seeing. Like you can see
No,
it, but
it
you
makes
can't
sense. Right.
really see it.
Right. Because I've heard a lot, not debates, but like you said, different point of views. And I think, like you said, a lot of archers prefer to have a clear sight picture on their pin. But the contrast to that is that might induce, and Chris, chime in anytime you want. I've seen you shoot. I know you're a good shot. Like I feel like if you focus on your pin and not your target, that will induce more of a drift or a float. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think I mean, I guess it could influence the float. To me, the float is more mechanical in your body.
Okay.
Obviously, it can be mental. It can be
Mhm.
influenced by mental, but I think that's more of like shoulder stability. If you're
Okay.
having a hard
Makes sense.
time, like if your float is really big, it might be more of the shoulder.
Okay.
But if your sight picture is obviously like not what you want it to be, or you get not target panic, but kind of the beginnings of that, where you're like, oh, I just want to take that shot when that pin just like goes past that that X or whatever it is, then maybe taking your focus off of your pin and trying to put the focus on your target might help.
Right.
And then the opposite too, like if you're used to seeing your sight pick, your target really well, and then your pin is kind of blurry, and you're just seeing this blurry shape like go right across the X, and you're trying to pull, then well, maybe try flip it and see if that helps your brain. And it might not be a like a permanent switch, but it might be something to play with and just see, like, does it help my brain? Does it help me calm down and be okay with the float? That's the other thing. So the float is not bad. The float is just your body and the bow together, right? So it's kind of like a dance. So if you don't want to be swing dancing, you want to do something slower, then work with your body and your bow to get that to settle down and make it more,
makes sense,
to feel more manageable, like it's in your control rather than out of your control.
Okay. Are you shooting a thumb button, or are you shooting an index release, or what? Does that change at all with different style shoots?
So index release and thumb are fundamentally very similar in that the way that you release the trigger. So you're either pulling like this or you're pulling like this, but it should be your shoulder rotation that releases it, not the finger, whichever finger it is.
Okay.
So it doesn't really change the sight picture all that much, but it definitely influences what your body's doing with the bow.
Okay. Chris, you're the gear junkie here. Chime in, buddy, anytime you want.
All right. Well,
Chris has seen me shoot, and it's not the best thing. I'm not the best on targets. I do better in the moment. Kind of like here. You put me on a script, I suck. You put me live, I'm pretty good.
It's better if you probably don't see him shoot, Marissa, because you'll just
no.
But no,
you're supposed to put an arrow on the bow, right?
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, it's definitely important. It's all right. At least I didn't drop my Matthews at the shop. Yeah.
Well, I bought it. So what?
You did right. You bought it.
I got 3 more. So what?
That is true.
I got spares.
Go ahead, Chris. Come on, give me a little tech savvy here. I'll let you and Marissa take over here. Dive on in.
All right. So this is something that I've realized in my time of bow hunting, and any of the videos that you'll ever see of me shooting or hunting. When I draw back, I bury that pin where I want it, and I kind of try to instinctively put it where I want it. Minimal adjustment, minimal hold, and that's it. I let it fly. rarely.
It is quick. I was like, wow, he shot already. I was like, meanwhile, I'm still like, all right, I'm on the peak.
Oh, okay. Now
He's
I'm
already
shooting.
shot 2 arrows, and I'm just getting settled. I'm like, what the fuck are you going
So I
on?
think, that's something I learned just rifle shooting as a kid, that,
That's
the
true.
longer you hold, the more you're
Mhm.
going to start getting the infinity pattern, and you're just going to keep trying to overcorrect, and it's just going to get worse and worse. So at that point, I would let down and redraw. Switching from, finger style release to thumb release, the one thing that I've noticed is I feel like I have a more consistent anchor point, because I know I can put this here, I'm good. Following through, I pull through. It feels more natural to me. Again, I'm a big proponent of the words shooter's preference. So what works for you might not work for everybody else. So please, for anybody listening, shoot what's comfortable for you and do what works for you. But for me, I found a thumb release works. It works the best for me.
You have a clicker on yours?
I do have the clicker.
I kind of like the idea of that, because to me, that's just like subconsciously your body, not that you're reacting to it, but your body's just like, all right, I heard that click and we're ready. That means we're ready to go. I don't know. I haven't shot a thumb release yet. I'm definitely interested. If it improves my archery pattern, I'm all for it. So it is something I think I'm going to look into, definitely into the springtime, because I know it's going to take time. It's a lot of adjustment. It's not something I want to start in September and try and get out there in October.
I would not recommend doing
what would probably help you, Dave?
What's that, buddy?
Probably a new bow.
No, I'm shooting that thing till the cams fall off. That's my baby. That's like the first truck. You don't ever get rid of the first truck. I just put a new string on it. Please don't cut the string.
No. We're blowing the limbs up on that thing. We're putting it out.
It is a PSC. They used to have a bad nickname, but not anymore.
Right, but it's from the time when it had the bad
yeah, but it hasn't. It hasn't. Chris, you actually mentioned something pretty good about let off. Now, Marissa, specifically for you, during a competition, number one, are you allowed to let off with no penalty, or does that count as a shot? The second part of that would be, have you ever had to let off on the line during a competition? Like you just felt something was off and you did let down, if that happened?
Yeah, so that would be so let off is the percentage of
not
holding weight. So let down is what you're referring to.
Yes,
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
I just want to clarify for anyone listening.
100%. Yes. That's why we got you. 100%. Thank you.
Yeah. So let down. Yeah. So it is allowed in every competition that I know of. Definitely every competition I've been to.
Okay.
Now the only sketchy part about it is if your arrow for some reason pops off and it goes past, you'll see in most ranges, especially competitions, there's a shot arrow line or a 3-meter line, whichever they call it. Okay. And any arrow that is past that line is considered a shot arrow. So that would be a miss.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't happen to you when you're letting down, you're fine. You're golden.
Okay.
So yes, I absolutely have let down. I can't even tell you how many times. And the majority of the time it's because I know that the shot, there's something wrong. Typically I can figure out what it is, but there's something wrong. And if I take that shot, it's going to be a bad shot. So I'm not going to take the shot. Right. Now, the other thing that you will have to consider if you're going to do this during a competition is any timed competition. So that's mostly going to be your indoor, all your indoor competitions, and then your outdoor, like target or field competitions are all going to have a clock running.
Okay.
So you have a set amount of time to shoot however many arrows per end. So be aware of how much time is on the clock left. If you let down and there's only 10 seconds on the clock, it's highly unlikely you're going to get, with a compound, that you're going to get another shot off. Recurve is a different story. It's a little bit faster, but with a compound, yeah. But yeah, absolutely, I have let down, and there's no shame in that at all.
No. The only thing offhand I can equate it to is, again, my limited knowledge in golf, where you square up to the ball and you got your stance, your grip, you're doing your pre-shot. Same thing, pre-shot candidates, and you just like Nah.
Mhm.
Or your buddies making jokes in the background, or they crack the beer if you golf with my friends, whatever it may be, you just back off and you just reset. You start the cycle over again. And as soon as you step back up, you're just like, all right, now that feels right. Everything feels good. It's all mental. I mean, I don't think we could stress that enough with the archery, how much of a mental battle you play with yourself. At least I do.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anytime I go to a
What are you laughing at,
competition,
Chris?
anytime I go to a competition, or even, when you're hunting, there's always a mental element.
Sure.
I would say is definitely easier seen and more widely spread in competition, just because well, first of all, environment. There's a bunch of other archers around you, so you're already feeling this pressure of people are watching you. Okay, newsflash: no one's actually watching you.
That's true.
Okay, they're
That's
all
true,
paying
yeah.
attention to what they're doing, unless you brought spectators. Like if your mom
Right.
came to watch, all right, she's watching you. Everyone else not caring what you're doing at all.
That's
As long
very
as you don't
true.
hit them with an arrow or a bow, they're fine. They don't care. Right?
I care what you're doing, Dave.
Okay.
I care.
To clarify. So as soon as you add that, like there's a mental aspect that comes into it that until you have shot in that environment, you can't really relate to anything else. It's kind of its own unique experience, which I think is really cool.
Absolutely. And it's interesting that even after all the competitions and competitive aspect that you're a part of, you still get that rush. And that's what it's all about. Like if you didn't have that rush, reevaluate. Like, what am I doing then? We talk about that a lot. Like if you don't get excited to be there, what are you doing there then?
So I've said this before, and this still holds true, that the reason I know that I'm about as addicted to this sport as you can get is I will shoot horribly one day, and it happens. You just have bad days, right? Horribly. It could be at a tournament that I was really hoping to do well. I was like set and ready, shot horribly. The next day, like that next morning, I'll be like, I'm going to go shoot. Like that's all I want to do is just go shoot.
Yep.
And
right.
I mean, there's something about it that just makes you want to get out there with a bow again and just do it.
Absolutely.
See, Dave's experience is a little bit different, where he just shoots terribly all the time, and then he's just praying for that one day that things go right.
It only takes 1 hour to put meat in the freezer, my man. It takes one sit. I say it all the time. I've air rated the shit out. Had tuning in me with fixed blades. That was oof. I had to add a couple hay bales to my backside.
no.
That's right. You learn. So, I got this, and I've said it before. I can take the heat. You don't scare me, Chris. And your little
Your shed doesn't have thick skin, or else you wouldn't need the hay bales.
propane tank either. That could have been real interesting.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. We keep it real here, Marissa. You know that. Why don't you talk? What would be, besides obviously finals for Harrisburg? What's on your lineup in the near future that we can look forward to?
Yeah, so the next big shoot that I'll be doing is NFAA, which is the national organization. Their
Nice.
Indoor National Championships, which is March 6th through 8th, and that's in Memphis, Tennessee.
Nice.
So I'm headed down to Tennessee. Yeah.
All right. So we are obviously back in the rhythm here, back in the groove. So you're going to see, we're going to be communicating a lot more. We apologize for the little bit of a absence, I guess we can call it. We're back though, and
I'm making a public statement now.
We're in full support of you still. So I hope you know that, and we appreciate you sticking with us as well, and we're proud to have you as an extended member of the team, without a doubt.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Of course.
Oh, thank you.
Where can people find you on Instagram? Follow along with all your adventures and all that. I forget if you have a YouTube or not, but whatever you want to talk about, feel free.
I don't. Maybe I should make one. All right. So this is see if you can see that. That's my Instagram, marissa.scalzo. Okay. And if you see me at any shoot, say that you came from Pursuit Live and I'll give you some stickers.
I have seen the sticker post, and we appreciate that without a doubt. Thank you. Producer Chris, what do you got, buddy?
You had me at stickers. I'm a
we are sticker junkies. I ain't gonna lie.
I came from Pursuit Live.
Yeah. That is true. We didn't get any Marissa stickers yet.
Oh, I'm waiting until I'm actually in the studio with you guys. That's
Fair
when I'm
enough.
buying.
Oh, so
Hey, you
I'm
tried
going to
to
get
do a
all the
bargain.
stickers, and
Yes.
Dave, who's not making the drive from Long Island.
Ungats. I get ungats, as they say. So, all right, Marissa. Thank you very much for joining us. I thank you again, for dealing with our delay. We're back. We're happy to have you, and good luck. Keep us posted for Harrisburg.
Yeah,
Without a doubt.
we'll do. Absolutely. Thank
All right.
you guys.
Thanks, Marissa. We'll talk
Have a
soon.
great night.
Sounds good. Bye.
That's right, Wing and Tail. Ungats.
Well, maybe for you, but I'm getting some decals because I'm from Pursuit Live.
Just keep pushing the button, say it, Jamie.
I'm okay. I'll just keep pushing the buttons then. All right. But
All right. Moving to the next segment, right? Oh, boy.
we do have some other big
Give me
announcements.
strength.
So,
Lord, give me strength. It'll be a long season.
So, as I was saying, we did decide to follow in Mike's footsteps and bring on some additional tax shelters. We want to be able to give you guys a show on schedule all the time, and we realize that we might not be able to do that all the time. So we did elect to not only bring Dave back, but his lawyer made us hire on some help.
That's right.
So we reluctantly brought on one guy and then welcomed with open arms our favorite Canadian. So we're going to bring them on the show. We're going to make some introductions here. You're going to be seeing them a lot more this season. So without further ado, I'm going to bring you Brandon Barlow and Tara Laidlaw, the new guest hosts for Pursuit Live.
And the transition worked. Look at that.
How are you now?
Here they are. Fresh meat.
All
New
right.
additions to
Now
the
we got
team.
Okay.
All right. Most of you will remember
Oh,
Tara
I'm
from
so
our
honored.
wonderful
I'm
episode
like waiting
with
for like a little trophy speech or something, but I just like
No,
hi.
no, just take your little award and get off stage. Who's
Yeah,
that? Ricky
that's it.
Gervais or something? Just take your little award and get
Music's
back.
playing, Tara.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay, fine.
The last
Not
time
yet.
Tara tried to get off stage, it didn't work so well for her in the studio.
We'll find that in the blooper reel.
Camera awareness.
That is
Oh,
true.
it's on TikTok.
You
It's
me
on
and
the
Tara
blooper reel.
agreeing
We
with
posted
Bob
those
on
videos.
Friday.
That's on TikTok. That's ready to go.
Oh, I know.
All right, let's do formal
Whatever.
introductions. Producer
Got a
Chris,
self-deprecating
let's start
sense
with
of
Miss
humor,
Tara, right?
so
Ladies
it is
first.
what it is.
Sorry, Brandon.
Post away.
So, Tara,
Yes.
welcome to Pursuit Live. Why don't you tell us a little
Thank
bit
you for
about
having
you
me.
for everybody that doesn't already know you?
Oh, hi. My name's Tara. I
Hi,
like to play
Tara.
with toads.
Don't act shy now.
I don't know how to do. Hi. Hi, my name's Tara Laidlaw. I am from Canada. I have been an avid outdoors human. I have been running around outside barefoot my entire life. I am not a city girl. So I regretfully didn't get into hunting until, fairly recently in the last decade. Just situation, living in the city, raising a family, all those types of things. But man, am I ever happy I'm in it now. And it's just kind of given me this whole extra appreciation of not only just growing up in the outdoors in my own little fantastical little village of watching frogs and bugs and ants and snakes around me as I play in the woods, but now there's a purpose to why I'm there. So that's just kind of who I am, what I do, and what I absolutely love. So I love being outside. I love playing
The
with
way of life.
creatures. I love filling my freezer with creatures. I love it all.
Nice. Well said. Right. It's a way of life, and it either grabs you or it doesn't. There's very few times is it like an in between with hunters or fishermen, whatever it may be.
I think I have a bad connection. I can't hear you, Dave.
It must
Chris,
be a cross border thing.
You can hear him.
It's the tariffs.
Tariffs.
Nice. All right. Well played. Well played.
I can hear
All right.
Chris and I can hear Barlow, but I can't hear Dave.
Chris, you got me?
That's good. You don't need to hear Dave. He's
All right.
I could hear him the whole time he was talking to Marissa, but
I like that she's already calling me Barlow because you left us in the green room for a really long time, so we had time to conspire.
All right. Let's hear it.
All right. So if you guys don't also know my mortal enemy, Brandon Barlow, world-renowned author and also semi-decent guy who's on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list.
Some of this is true.
oh no.
Decent guy, I'm not sure. FBI most wanted list, definitely not.
Glad we clarified that.
World-renowned author. I mean, I did get a speeding ticket last year, so I'm a little bit.
Brett, Mr. Barlow's being very modest. Talk about your 70 rule for a little bit. If you don't mind.
Definitely. No world-renowned author. Appreciate it though. But Brandon Barlow, I'm down here in North Carolina. It's hard to follow Tara's intro, so I'll keep it short. But I have the channel, the 70 rule, and thank you guys for always calling on me to fill in whenever you have an opening. I've been with you. You know what? I've been following you guys since the
The original craziness of the lives. Yeah.
The original Chris and Dave show when it was just us getting drunk in the basement shooting.
Yeah.
That was if we survived that without getting banned, we did all right.
Yeah, I remember like Eric calling me drunk and you guys calling me drunk and I was in the middle. It was dramatic.
Again,
Tara forgets where the cameras are when she's drunk.
Yes. Brandon Barlow, he's being very modest. The 70 rule, make sure you check them out on Instagram. And it is a plethora of knowledge that it'll if you don't know it and you haven't heard of it yet, it will blow your mind what he has put together.
I can't hear Dave.
That's all right. You're just going to roll with it, Tara. Decades in the woods of documenting deer habits, fawn dates, and that's all I'm going to go into because I don't want to misspeak on anything.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, essentially, the 70 rule isn't a new way to hunt. It's just a new tool in your tool belt. So, if you would check out the channel, that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks, Dave, for the plug.
You got it, buddy.
Yeah, man. Other than that, that's basically my intro. So what are you guys planning on, being part-time, or like what's the deal with just dragging me and Tara in all of a sudden? If you're gonna be part-time, I just feel like
I think they needed some pink on the podcast.
It is true. It does help. No, our goal, and Tara, I'm sorry if you can't hear me. I don't know why. Just bear with me.
I
the goal is
hear Dave. I'm so sorry.
Dave
said time you guys were chatting.
Dave said just bear with him, and he's explaining in a long-winded fashion.
Okay.
We agreed to fuck with Chris, not Dave.
You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree to fuck with Dave. That's the best part. It just comes naturally.
It just happens. Our goal.
We know his stage name now, so
that is right. All right, here we go. I'm taking seniority here. Our goal with
Chris,
bringing on guest hosts.
I don't know what it is, but I can't hear him.
Our goal, bringing on the guest hosts, is to keep this show as active as possible. We want to have a backup. That way, if Chris, myself, Rob, whatever combination it may be, and we took the time to schedule with a guest, that we could still get that show to our audience. And we value, it's all right, Tara. We value what you guys can bring to the team, the insights from different angles, and we know we're only going to get stronger adding to the team with the both of you. So that is the main purpose of this. What do you think, Chris?
Well, Tara, in case you didn't hear all that,
he's the only one that I cannot hear right now. I'm so sorry. I could hear him the whole time, but I cannot hear a single thing he's saying right now, and I can't read.
It's probably better off.
Technical issues. You're saying Friday the 13th. This is the technical issue. Tara cannot hear Dave.
60% of what he said was chauvinistic.
Wow.
You're gonna have to go through Chris to direct to me, so I know what you're saying.
Chris, take over.
So anyway, but to reiterate what Dave said, no, we appreciate you both stepping up, and we are looking forward to really bringing season 5 to life in a big way, and we're happy to have you guys as part of it. You know, at least you, Tara. Brandon, I'm still on the fence a little bit about, but you know, we'll work through those issues.
I can get him a pink shirt. I mean,
I didn't
match.
deny the nemesis part.
He'd probably look good in pink. Pink might be his color.
I'm confident wearing pink. I'll wear pink.
It's my own. I only wore this because it's Valentine's Day tomorrow, and it is literally the only pink shirt that I own. So otherwise, I'd be in.
Look, if I'm at my age, I'll wear any color.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
All right. I am going to, Chris,
Oh, dear.
relay
Well, I
this
mean,
message.
For
here.
you, I'm not wearing anything for you.
All right. I'm going to connect the
All right.
dots a little bit for our listeners here. So Tara is good friends with Amanda Lynn that Rob was able to connect with, and Rob was gracious enough to get them to Jersey and get them on some Black Bear. We did connect with the Anatomy Hunter, which is another great page. If you can, check out that page. What Brandon does with the 70 rule, the Anatomy Hunter does for just that, the anatomy of the game that we're after. And again, that is a page that will really, if you're a true avid bow hunter, well, any type of hunter, you can really dive in deep and really learn, you know, the anatomy of what you're after. It's amazing what he's able to recreate and how he does it, and the in-depth, if you really want to.
I got
Explanation.
I got to interview him. You're talking like you got to interview him.
I didn't. You sure did. You were my replacement that night, so you could speak on it.
No, I'm teasing with you.
No, it's true. I mean, I was
That's a great
watching.
thing.
I was in an airport when that came on, and it was impressive.
It's one of the few, you know, not to knock, all of your guests have been great, but he's been one of the few channels that I've habitually followed.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
Everything they put out is great. He's always doing some just gnarly stuff with.
Yeah. So I just wanted to connect the dots. So there is a connection. You know, that is how Tara came into the mix with Rob and Chris, and we just thought it was a good fit for the team. You know, they got to meet in person. I'm sure eventually I'll get to meet Tara in person, and we'll team up and we'll all go on a hunt. You know, whether it's whitetail, bear. I wouldn't mind going on a bear hunt, Chris, eventually.
You heard him, Rob. We got him. That's legally binding.
It is. So I just wanted to put that out there, connect the dots a little bit, and kind of make sense of what we got going on here.
We could all fit on a fishing charter.
That is true.
Oh.
100%.
I'm just
Got a
throwing
point.
Not me.
No?
Not me.
All right. Well, sorry,
you
Tara.
don't do boats.
Now,
I
are you-
do boats on still water. I suffer from, which kills me, absolutely kills me, because I wanted to be a marine biologist growing up. Motion sickness is a severe problem with me. So
Different,
yeah,
you know.
waves, little chop's okay. Swells, done.
All right. So Montauk in the fall for stripers might be out of the question.
I fish
But-
Lake Ontario, but man, it's got to be really good conditions for me to get out there, or else I'm not enjoying it.
So,
Which sucks.
Barlow, it sounds like you got a catfish wrangler on your hands there. That sounds prime.
Actually, it's funny you say that, because the end of February is when like the 100-pounders move in. So we're going to be out after some big catfish here the next 3 to 4 weeks. You should hopefully see some gripping grins.
Nice. Did you say 100 pounds?
That's one I've
Catfish,
never
100 pounds?
fished for. I always thought it'd be cool to
last
noodle.
year- No, we don't noodle. That shit, you know, it's like funny because like everybody's like, you're a big guy. I'm like, I'm not noodling. I'm terrified.
If
There's
I
no way.
can't see the bottom, I don't want to get in.
Yeah, we have snapping turtles that are, you know, it's the South, so we have all kinds of snakes and gators and different kinds of. I'm not sick of them. Just
Yeah,
let
I've
me
been to
run,
South-
let
I've
me
been to
just
South
run my
Carolina.
arm up under the bank. Like I'm good.
I've been to South Carolina.
Yeah, but I see like chicks do it and like they're fearless. I mean, that's fine.
I can't.
Well,
I will
so-
admit my faults.
I also see what chicks do.
Watching from the sidelines. That's it. I'm with you
Yeah.
guys on that one.
I will be in the boat. I will cheer you on. I will help pull you out of the water.
But
But no,
Yeah, but that season's about to start, so that'll be exciting, Dave. Hopefully, you guys, you really got to come down and try to do some catfishing, man. We threaten it now. Like we've threatened this for like 5 seasons.
I'm down. Dave muted himself. Dave,
I've known you bastards for too long.
typical Dave, screwing up again.
I was trying to limit any confusion here.
It
But
is his
yes,
fault.
we
He
have-
has
we
to
have-
reload
You
his
can't
page.
hear you because you keep muting yourself.
He's got to reload his page or something. It was working before. Now the 4 of us on.
It's
I can't.
always
He's
me.
the only one I can't hear.
It's always.
He
It's
was getting yelled
Yeah.
at. That's what it is.
I can see a lot of this and a lot of like whatever. But I'm just
Yes.
going with it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna smile and nod.
Mama Hawk was getting on him.
All right. Chris, why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you handle the outro? We're at that 1 hour mark, and I'll mute myself so Tara can hear everything, and we'll make this official episode number 1.
Oh, this is fine. Bye, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. No, I do want to take a minute and thank everybody for tuning in. We got a lot planned this season, so I know I say it all the time. Just stick with us. It's going to get better from here. If you were here for season 4, it was great. Season 3 was great. I mean, we've just continually tried to build a better show for everybody,
Yeah.
and
You started
hopefully this is the start to another great season. So
Yeah.
you know,
You guys had some banger guests on 2025. So
Oh, well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you're going to be talking to him, Tara. I hope you're ready. Stretch.
oh Lord, I got to
Yeah.
pull my
Is Rob
girl pants
available?
on.
Is Rob joining at the closing here or no?
I don't think Rob is available.
All right.
Tara
But-
really doubled down on the dark background. I dimmed mine, and then you like went full on.
So on the it's fine.
It's
The
fine.
The vampire feel is good. It's fine.
We
I wanna
discussed
close out
this.
with
I
again-
can change it to like blue
all right,
or
Chris.
something. I'm
Give
I'm
Rob a
limited.
shout out.
I'm limited to what I have right now. This was a very last minute thing. I'm dealing with a 4-inch ring light, my iPhone,
Don't give
Horrible
Rob a
connection
shout
with
out.
Dave.
He had a chance to join.
and like a random little LED off in the corner to add some like mood lighting back here. So it is what it is.
It works. Roll with it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I'm not
So-
a professional podcaster with my own studio in the basement. Okay.
We'll get
Yeah.
you there. We'll get you there. It's a game of inches. Even though
I need your whiskey
even though
cabinet
we
as
measure
well
the
then.
story, not the inches here.
Yeah. Then I need your whiskey cabinet as well, Chris.
Can do. But-
Yeah.
No, we do want to give a big shout out to Rob. Rob works. He's not the face of the show. He doesn't like to come on. I get the feeling he hates us, but Rob does a lot of work behind the scenes, and he really is an integral part of making this show happen. So
He's got
shout out
2
to
young
Rob.
kids and he
Thank you
works
for
nights.
everything he
So
does.
yeah.
Shout out to Grumpy Rob.
There you go. Getting shout outs from all over, and he's not even here to listen, but it's okay.
Oh, God.
But
Oh no, he's probably watching and scowling.
it happens. What are you going to do? But I do want to take a minute and thank Marissa for jumping on. Big thanks to Marissa. Thanks for partnering with us again for another year. We wish you the best. Good luck. And we're looking forward to having you in the studio again. And it's going to be part of this great year. And finally, Brandon and Tara, thank you for jumping on tonight. Thank you for being a part of the team and partnering with us and helping us deliver a better show to everybody. And we're looking forward to working with you guys this year.
Thank you for
Awesome.
that typing through the whole thing. Remember Dave when he used to do that typing crap?
I got a new keyboard. Okay. He's up on me.
I've been there while he's been like doing the type
Yeah.
thing. So
Yeah, listen, that Blaine. Okay, while we're on it, guess who you haven't seen around here in a long time? Jimmy. You want to know why? I fired him. You want to know why? Because everybody complained about the keyboard that he got for me to do the show. So Jimmy
was
got
it really
fired
loud?
because of the keyboard, because of you, Barlow. You
I
lost his
mean,
job.
I feel like the typing kind of lined up with your instant messages, so I think it was you.
All right. So that, yeah, I guess either way. But anyway, and then most importantly, I want to thank Dave coming
Oh,
back, putting this all together for, I don't know, asking me one night, hey, you want to hop on Instagram Live and get drunk and talk about hunting? And here we are 5 seasons later,
That's right.
sitting sitting in the basement.
Yeah, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Dave. Like, 'cause
Getting drunk, talking about
I'm
hunting.
like really reclusive, so Dave keeps tabs on me.
That's right. My people.
Well, somebody has to.
Yeah.
Now, I am super happy with what it's turned into. Again, we're very modest here. We come off as wise asses because we are, but we are humble. We're very modest. We're accepting of where we're at, but we're eager and we want to keep it growing. And we want to do it the right way, sending the right message. And that comes down to all the friends and followers that we made along the way. So each and every one of you that takes time to watch it live on Fridays or on the YouTube or interact on the Instagram, thank you. We appreciate it and it helps. All right. Let's wrap it up. I got to take a leak.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for tuning into another episode of Pursuit Live. Please join us again 2 weeks from now, Friday night, 8 o'clock. We got a great show lined up. We got great shows lined up every episode this year. So please stick with us. We're looking forward to bringing the show directly to you right here on Pursuit Live.